it been just going through your contacts book and reconnecting with your mates? That's what it feels like.
I know. I mean, credit to them. They keep my phone calls. I hope long may that continues. No, I mean, you spend so many years of your life playing football. You build up friendship with your teammates, and then this is what it comes down to. You know, when we post football, post your career, you know, you guys look after each other, try to help each other in whichever way you can, and you know, they've all come true for me, and that's something that I'm really grateful for. Of course, the skipper, the leader, has to kick everything up, JT, which is something special for me, my relationship with him. So I'm always grateful for for that. So long may it continues.
Yeah, and what do you think? Is it important that you took the digital world very seriously? I think that maybe a lot of ex-players they just want to be pundits or coaches, but you're
Exactly.
doing something a bit. Can you tell me a bit about why you're doing something a bit different and what you saw the opportunity was in this?
Yeah, for me, I've always thought, finished playing, everybody was like, okay, what are you gonna do? Coaching, punditry, and all that. I was like, you know what? I want to challenge myself. I like to challenge myself. I want to do something different, not something that every ex-player is doing. I want to do something totally different. And of course, then I thought about it, and that was actually the reason why I said to Chris, all right, okay, I'm in, let's do it. And it's been absolutely challenging, but I love it. I love to test myself. I like to test myself and get results. And that's something that that we've been doing. Yeah, we've been smashing it, and really pleased of how the first season has gone. And thanks to our sponsors, Betwinner, they've been absolutely fantastic. And we've been speaking to a lot of brands now. They all want to collaborate. Everybody want to be part of it. Everybody want to be part of this journey, and it's limitless opportunities for us in the podcast world. And next season is going to be absolutely fantastic because it's not just going to be sports. We're going to do artists, musicians. Just we want to make sure we go all across board, diversify the whole thing. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
And I just wanted you to tell me a bit about the Eden Hazard episode. He was, I watched it all. I've watched many of your episodes, but he's just a funny guy. I just loved the way you two riffed off each other and had a laugh. Can you tell me a bit about Eden and getting that side of him out that maybe people didn't see, the sort of really funny person?
Of course, I think that's the best. That's the good thing about the podcast because we play football and nobody and we don't express ourselves. We don't communicate with our fans. We don't connect with our fans that as much as we would love to, and our fans don't know exactly who we are off the pitch. So it's so nice for them to finally see us and listen to us and have a first-hand view of how we live our life outside football. And that's something that Eden was really natural. He wanted to tell his story, the bit about him getting injured, moving to when he moved to Madrid, and why he couldn't perform the way he wanted when he moved to Madrid. Just things that people didn't know about him. And now everybody looks at him in a different way. Yes, we know he didn't perform in Madrid. There was reasons why he couldn't perform the way he wanted. He was injured and it was during COVID. He didn't get the best rehab that he wanted. So all those things play a massive part. And these are the things that fans never got to know. But that's where we come in. That's where the podcast has been absolutely fantastic because those are the things that the fans don't know, viewers don't know. And for us to bring this to our listeners, to the fans, is something that's absolutely fantastic. And now the fans, they see Eden on a different light, like you said.
Yeah, definitely. And the Victor Osimhen episode was great. I feel like part of the Victor Osimhen episode was you trying to get into sign for Chelsea. Really, yeah. Can you tell me about that?
Agent Mikel, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I hope he's been absolutely fantastic for the past couple of seasons. Again, he's gone to the Nations Cup, had a fantastic tournament. I would love for him to come to Chelsea. I would love to see him come to Chelsea because that's something. If you watch the game on Sunday as well, the final, that's something that we lack as well. Somebody who can finish, somebody who can score goals, not somebody who is. We don't really need somebody who's going to come in the midfield and create chances like a hurricane. We don't need. We want somebody who will finish, who will score goals, the tap-ins, someone who's like Erling Haaland, who will score goals. And that's something Victor Osimhen will bring to Chelsea. And I hope come end of the season, there will be discussions had, and I hope Chelsea fans will finally see him come to the club.
You got across that he kind of loves the club as well. There was kind of that you found out that he's quite a big fan of Chelsea. So do you think that can be enough to help Chelsea win the race? Because maybe there's some other clubs that would try and get him as well because he's a great player.
I hope so. I keep make sure I sending him those text messages and calling him, making sure that Chelsea is on his top priority. But yeah, it seems like he loves the club. It seems like he wants to come to Chelsea. I'm sure he has all the big clubs wanting to sign him come the end of the season. But I think if we can be able to secure his signature, I mean, it will be fantastic for the club. And like I said, he's somebody who will get us goals, and that's something that we need right now. So fantastic guy, fantastic human being, and I really do hope he comes to the club, and I'll try my possible best to make sure that happens.
You see that Didier tried to talk to him as well at AFCON. I'm
Yeah,
sure
he's
he
trying to
was
steal my
talking
he's
to
trying, he's trying to steal my whatever I'm doing. He shouldn't come into
him.
it. This is my deal. This is my boy.
Didier always comes into it. Didier always comes into it, my friend. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, it's
I
nice
wanted
to
to
see
say,
Didier also speaking to him, and obviously sharing his own ideas and his own what the club means to us, Chelsea. So we all want to see Victor come to the club. If it happens, it happens. I mean, it's a huge transfer fee, but if we can be able to match it and get him to the club, that would be absolutely fantastic.
yeah, and how do you feel about the club now? Do you think they can still achieve big things in the future? I mean, there's been some negativity. Some of it's a bit too much, for my opinion, lately. But how do you feel about the club sort of losing the final, getting close, but not quite getting over the line, and how the future looks for Chelsea?
Yeah, I think like you said, some of it has been unreasonable, but this is Chelsea. This is Chelsea Football Club. We went through a similar situation whereby if we're not winning, we got criticized. Managers lost their job, but that's just how we went about our business. In Chelsea, you have to win. You have to win games. You have to win trophies. Yes, we're giving them time. There's been enough time now to be able to gel, to come together as a team, to start to play much better. I've defended the players. I've defended coach. I think Pochettino is a fantastic manager. He needs to be given time as well. But then how much time? But this is Chelsea Football Club. You and I know that if this was Roman Abramovich era, he would have lost his job. He would have been gone. But for
Yeah.
the owners, I hope they give him time and see where we go from there. Let's see come the end of the season where we finish. We didn't win the final, which is something that would have given him a breathing space. But now we have to go on the run of games or winning games or come till the end of the season. And then we see where we finish, how high we finish. And then it's left for the owners to make a decision.
Do you think the pressure's on just to improve? Because do you think Chelsea should need to get in Europe? What's your sort of opinion? What's the minimum achievement that you'd expect now from this part of
Course,
the
obviously,
season?
top four is out of reach. If we can get, if we can qualify for the Europa League or something, I personally think that's going to be a massive achievement. But will we get there? We have to improve. Like I said, we have to go on a run of games now, winning games. And if we can be able to do that, then we'll see how high we finish. If we can get into the Europa League, for me, I will view that as a massive achievement. Then we build on that come next season. So let's see. I mean, let's see. Obviously, the final was a huge disappointment. We didn't win it. The fans are disappointed. I was disappointed because then it happened that we played against, like we say, 50 or 45 minutes against the Liverpool youth team and things like that. The whole thing just makes it even more disappointing to accept as a Chelsea fan. But football is like that sometimes. You play against younger players because they come in, they're hungry, they want to show what they can do. And it's difficult to play against those younger players. But I hope we go on a run of games now of winning games and see how high we finish.
Did you know that Leslie Ogachukwu, the midfielder at Chelsea, you're his idol? Did you know that? And
I know
I
I heard
wondered
him
what you
say
thought.
that once on his interview. I mean, it's so nice to see that. I mean, a young player admire what you've done and admire your career and comes into a club where I spent most of my life and wants wants to achieve similar success like what I achieved at at the club. Um, so I wish him well. He hasn't played a lot of games this season. I hope he comes in. I hope next season he has a good preseason under his belt, and then he starts the season well. Because I actually think he's a fantastic player. He needs to be given more minutes. He needs to play more. He needs to show what he can do. Of course, it's a difficult situation because you have the likes of Caicedo, Enzo, Gallagher, who's there. So it's a tough position for him to break through. But I hope this season he can use it as a learning curve for him. So next season, he will make sure he breaks into the team.
Nice, yeah. And what do you make of Moises Caicedo? Probably one with a similar style of play to you. You know, I think he's been good, but maybe not as good as the price tag. But that's not his fault, is it?
Well, that's the price tag. Price tag is something you have no control over. You just have to perform the way you feel you can. But of course, can he play better? In my opinion, of course he can. Of course, we all know he can do better because we've seen him play for Brighton. We've seen him establish himself as this fantastic holding player for Brighton. And for 2, 3 seasons, he was fantastic for Brighton. He played really well. Has he performed close to that for Chelsea? Maybe not. But I think come next season, we'll probably start to see Caicedo perform better and start to put in those performances he did when he was at Brighton. It takes a while though. When you come to Chelsea, it takes a while. It's a massive club, massive price tag on his shoulders. But has he done? I think he's done pretty okay. Of course, he can improve. He can get better. He can perform better. So next season is going to be a big season for him and Enzo Fernandez.
Yeah. And my last question, Mikel, I want you to put your agent Mikel hat on. I think we want that hat on. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Jose Mourinho now. He's
Coming
looking for
back
a
to
job in
Chelsea.
the future. Yeah, yeah. What do you think about maybe coming back to Chelsea, maybe the England job as well? And do you think he's still a top coach?
I think he's still a top manager. I think he's still a top manager. He's still hungry. He's still hungry to win tournaments. He's still hungry to win trophies, to win games. Mourinho will never lose that. He will never lose that. I mean, fantastic human being, fantastic manager, sense of humor, and of course we miss him. We miss him in the Premier League because he was always box office for you guys, for the fans, for everybody. So it'd be nice to see him come back to the Premier League. Will he come back to Chelsea? Will he come back for the third time? I pretty much doubt it, but will we see him in one of the Premier League clubs? Maybe. But I think right now in the stage of his career, probably he's looking to manage a national team before he retires. So I pretty much see him doing that. But with Mourinho, you can never say never. So that's something we have to watch the space.
Do you think the England national team would be good for him? The England national team, would that be a good one for
I
him?
think so. I think so. But will the England fans accept the way Mourinho sets up his team? Probably not. Of course, the England team has always been known of playing expensive attacking football. Does Mourinho set up his team that way? Maybe not. Will he change when when he becomes England manager? Maybe not, because Mourinho is very stubborn. He sticks to his principle. He sticks to the way he wants to set up his team, the way he wants his teams to play. So will that would be a good dynamic? I don't think so. So let's see. Let's see what happens with the England job.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks for your time. Really pleasure as always. And yeah,
Thank you so much.
hope you enjoying life and looking after yourself, my friend. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.